Tech wreck. Time to get your tech wreck.
Tech wreck. Chicky.
Tech wreck. Time to get your tech wreck.
All right, Adam, the favorite part of the show for everybody, well, at least for us. It's Tech Wreck time. What do you got for us this week?
All right, I'm going to recommend, actually, it's an AI tool. It's called Opus Clip. And I think it's, I want to say
But
the
don't
URL
trust
is,
anything it does.
Yeah, well, obviously. The URL is opus.pro. And what's interesting is you can go into this tool and you can copy in a link for a YouTube video, and it will auto-generate a bunch of TikTok video clips from the longer YouTube video, and it will add captions to them. And I tried this actually, I think, with a TikTok y'all video, and what it created was pretty fantastic. And it came out with like several clips that were very good. And like they started at the right place, they ended at the right place. There were interesting like components of the conversation. And I mean, it was fantastic. So I think the design is lacking a little bit. It's certainly not as innovative from a design perspective as like what you can sort of create and craft by hand. But if you need to create some quick TikTok clips, man, there's no way to do it any faster. It's wild. So
wow, this is actually pretty neat looking.
Yeah, I mean, and there's
a free trial.
There's a free trial. I think it's like it'll process like up to 2 or 3 hours of video, so you can get quite a few clips for free. And then after that, it's still real cheap. So it's worth checking out, I think.
And it looks like it's pretty new. Looking at their pricing page, there's an early bird pack, and then the essential plan, which is $19 a month.
Yep.
It's available in June, so that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it's obviously a new service, so that's kind of neat.
It's really fascinating. All right, Sanjay, what tech rec do you have for us?
So I have got yet another Firefox tool, and I am actually loving this one. So if you remember, I have a tool, and now I've forgotten what it's called, and I'm trying to look. Oh, Update Scanner that I've recommended in the past. So this time I have a extension called PageProbe, and it's an automatic page monitor. What is different with PageProbe is that you can actually select an area of a page that you want to monitor, and it will monitor that area for changes. So specifically, if you're looking at a product and you're waiting for the price of that product to change, you can actually have that text convert into an integer or a number or floating, and then compare it and say like, hey, if this number goes below this or above this or whatever, alert me. And that's exactly what this does. So I've actually moved a bunch of pages that I used to monitor on Update Scanner that would falsely, come up because there were changes on the page, but not changes to the thing that I was actually caring about.
Right.
And I've moved them over to PageProbe, and it seems to work pretty well. Now, updates are not happening that fast. There's a lot of bugs in this thing. It's not that smooth to do.
Right.
Like I was actually trying to add it'll monitor JSON data pages as well.
Right.
And there's not a clean way of actually adding that page. I had to kind of hack it through, and there's no instructions on it.
Okay.
So this is not for the faint of heart to do this, but if you are willing to muddle through it, it seems like it works pretty well, and it is completely free. So this oftentimes, I was looking on Reddit, this gets compared to sites like Visual Ping and some other sites like that will monitor web pages for you. And those are all, a couple of pages it'll do for free, and then you have to pay for it. This is completely free. It's local on your local Firefox. So your Firefox has to be running for this to be monitoring the pages.
Right. Okay.
But it seems to work really, really well. And I'm digging it.
So I'm curious about the use case, right? So because I mean, you just mentioned monitoring a page with a product on it to see if the price shifts. That makes sense to me, though. I can't actually at the moment think of any products that I would do that for. There's nothing that I'm watching for. I don't have anything really.
Well,
on my list,
and I'll tell you, I've recommended before Camel. That's probably the best one for monitoring Amazon prices.
Right. But other than monitoring prices, is there any other real use case for this? I mean, could you use it, for example, to monitor website if your website goes down or something? Because obviously there would be no text on the page anymore. So does it help with that? Maybe
100%. Yeah. You could use Update Scanner for that as well.
Okay.
I've been using it. Most of my use cases are for waiting for stuff to buy. So there's a couple of products that are out of stock and I can't find them anywhere. And I'm having it monitored to say available. So
those perfect athletic socks you've been jonesing for, those are out of stock. You just can't get them. Got it.
So hard to find.
Yeah, they're tough.
It's got the tight top that it doesn't fall down with. But but there are other things as well that that can be useful to kind of know about, like a page about a software package that I care about, and I want to make sure that I see when a revision goes up that it's gotten updated. So this can help with something like that.
Okay.
Sometimes it'll be for like mundane things. I haven't used it for, so like I keep track of how many, this is kind of nerdy and self-grandizing a little bit, but how many citations there are to the patents that I've been issued. How many new patents have been issued that cite the patent that I have, just to know, because that kind of shows value of the patent when they're cited by more and more patents. There is no way with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office to get a notification on something like that. So you just have to monitor the page. And in the past, I've used the update scanner, but the problem is if the formatting on the page changes, it pops up an alert. Well, I don't actually care about that. I just care about this one number.
This one number,
on the page,
makes sense. Right.
So there are weird kind of use cases like that, you know, if you care about a very small portion of a page that this is useful for, and you can set it for scanning it every second to, you know, days on, you know, like every 7 or 8 days. And then there's a variability in there. Like you can have it vary so that it doesn't look so bottish, and it'll randomize the time that it's checking over time. So it's a reasonably well done piece of software. I just wish they would squash some of these bugs and work on it, but it's hard to complain because it's free. So
that's fair. That's fair.
Give it a try. PageProbe.